When I decided I wanted to change my career and shift into something, I wanted to do something that really helped people on a deeper level and was able to support them on their journey. I wanted to be able to create something that was my own, something that I could support people in my way and not be beholden to somebody else's philosophies or ideas or to-do lists, so to speak. I went to the ICF site and saw the plethora of different courses and different schools and everything. And I think I spent a good month or so searching through that. And I finally kind of narrowed it down to I really was interested in this holistic coaching because a person is more than just their to-do list, right? Or their goals or their accomplishments. So I ended up with just a handful that I went to like live webinars for, and CTW was one of them. When I showed up to that webinar, it was kind of amazing because she created this container that is exactly the kind of container that we want to create as coaches, where the person across from you is completely empowered. So she started out the conversation saying, you know, I have all this stuff I can tell you about the courses, but I really want to know what you want to know. And to me, I was like, wow, like that's awesome. There was no hard sell. There was no like, what we do is the best, which coming from a marketing background, oftentimes I can see right through. So it felt very genuine. It felt very honest. And it felt like the best way that I could show up authentically and genuinely. So it just made sense. And then I actually started looking for people who had gone through the program and contacting them, asking them about their experiences. And it came highly, highly recommended. And it just became, this is it. This is the one. I couldn't deny it. So through CTW, I gained an understanding that it's not necessarily about the process. It's about me showing up in my most authentic and real true self so that the person across from me can show up in the same way and accomplish what they want to accomplish. The ideas around psychology and the human brain, the way that we think, the way that we act, the way that we process information, and the way that we communicate has been incredibly beneficial in trying to really understand how to effectively show up for somebody and understand if there's a trigger that happens or something comes up for them, kind of understand where they're coming from. So it builds empathy and it builds understanding by knowing how the brain works when this person's in front of you. There's an amazing group of coaches who come to this, and they do all bring their own special skills and their backgrounds, and they all bring their own perspectives, and they see the world through their own lenses, which is so helpful in learning that there's so many different ways to coach. And it's also helpful in experiencing those different kinds of coaching because you get to be coached by them. So it could seem intimidating at first because there's all these brilliant minds in the room until you realize that you're one of them. My goal is to build my own coaching business fully and be working full time within the next 2 years. But in terms of my actual life, it's increased my ability to communicate more effectively with my partner. It has helped me understand more about what's happening with the people I lead. It's helping me to really settle into that coach mentality in just about every part of my life. That coach mentality I'm talking about is really seeing the power in other people and taking a step back and saying, I don't need to teach you anything. I don't need to help you. I don't need to save you. You got this. And just doing that in my everyday life has just exponentially increased the joy in life, because these people, you realize how amazing these people in your life are. And how just telling people what to do or taking care of everything yourself just limits them. when you're choosing this program, when you're choosing whatever program you want to go into, you can look at the ICF site and you can pick any one of those programs and you'll learn the ICF like standards. It will be something that you will get to use. It is important to take a step back and look at coaching for yourself in terms of how do you want to show up in the world? Because the way that you show up in the world will help lead you to the right program for you. If you want to be a part of something that is super organized and espousing all the same philosophies, that's great. Do that. Choose the best one that's for you. And if you're the kind of person who wants to build something that's unique to your skill set, to your ideas, to your passion and how you want to show up in the world, I definitely recommend this program.